Homes are still selling for over their asking prices, and it might not always make sense to pay more than what the seller is asking for. So today we're going to take a look at whether or not it's possible that we'll see a buyer's market with condos in Toronto coming right up. Hey guys, Fred Tam here, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Toronto Real Estate Market Update. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. I'm here every single week to give you the best real estate tips and latest market updates. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And now, what's been going on since last week in the market? Well, whenever I come across an interesting house for sale, I like to share it with everyone here on YouTube. And for me, a house that's interesting might be different from what other people think. Here's the one I stumbled upon last week. Pretty nice, right? So now let me tell you why I like this home. It's a detached bungalow featuring 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, enough living space for one family to live in Little Italy. And in downtown Toronto, you don't often see properties with their own parking spaces, but this one features a detached garage to fit 2 vehicles. There's no basement and no air conditioning, so you can expect summer days to be nice and warm. It's also not too far from shopping malls, hospitals, and of course Trinity Bellwoods Park, which we all know that everyone loves to go to no matter what the economic or global pandemic condition is. And the asking price for this charming home is $1 million, but will it end up selling for more? Most likely, and a lot of people wonder how some houses are selling for 20 to 30% over their asking price. Well, when this home sells, it'll be a prime example, and now let me give you an idea of what the market value is for this house. Other detached homes on the street and in the area are all 2 or 3 story homes, and this one being a bungalow has the advantage of being in this area where several homes have sold for an average of almost $2 million this year. So setting an asking price that's pretty much lower than any price in the neighborhood, and that's likely lower than market value, creates a lot of attention. In fact, it also ends up setting a false expectation for potential buyers, especially in this market where many people are looking for affordable housing options, and prices have been going up. Last week, the average selling price for a freehold single-family detached home was just over $1.4 million, and you can see that home prices have been climbing back up ever since April, when they were as low as $1.15 million, and definitely higher than the average prices compared to last year. In fact, last year, the average price around this time was $1.2 million. So if prices are rising and already higher than what we were seeing last year, then that's 2 reasons why I believe this home will sell for much more than the asking price of $1 million, based on its location and other external factors surrounding the property. Even after the effect the coronavirus pandemic had on Toronto real estate, home prices are still up by about 15% compared to all of last year. But where home prices are headed for the rest of the year remains to be unknown and will depend on the amount of activity we see from buyers and sellers. In fact, it seems like sales volumes have balanced out after seeing sales increase week over the last 3.5 months. Back in April, we saw as little as 85 homes selling per week, and you can say we're back at regular sales volumes with 341 homes that sold last week, which fits right into the average over the last month. So if sales are balancing out, is it possible we might see prices of freehold single-family homes come down during the fall? Let me know down in the comments section below what you think, because what also reinforces the possibility is the amount of inventory we're seeing. More than 600 homes were listed last week, and with that many homes hitting the market, it creates options for buyers at various price ranges. So one thing to consider is that if you're in the market to make a move and purchase your next home, getting into a bidding war and overpaying for your next home doesn't always have to be the only option you go with. Take the time to understand what the market trends are telling you. If the market is cool and there's enough supply, try to stay within your budget and carefully consider all of your options, because the condo market might be cooling down even more and heading into a buyer's market. And before getting into the condo stats from last week, give this video a thumbs up if you're gaining value and learning something new. Now let's talk about condos and whether or not we're heading into a condo buyer's market. Condo prices are down from the previous week, but only by about 2%. The average condo selling price was $690,000, and overall prices are down by about 8% from the peak we saw earlier this year, when the average selling price was $746,000. And even though buyers and sellers are both back in the market, we're not seeing prices that we saw earlier this year, and I think this has to do with the fact that the condo property market is largely driven by supply and demand from immigration. The Greater Toronto Area was known to bring in about 100,000 new residents every single year, and a large portion of those new residents were likely purchasing condominium units. So with population growth disappearing due to the lack of immigration, it makes sense why we're also seeing condo sales lower than what we saw earlier this year and in 2019. In fact, condo sales volumes were down 7% compared to the previous week, with just under 400 units sold. And another reason why it's possible we might be heading into a buyer's market with condos is because inventory also keeps rising. And not much has changed with condo listings either. Just over 1,000 condos listed for sale, and together in the last 3 weeks, there were more than 3,000 condos listed for sale in Toronto. And as you can see, inventory is rising beyond the levels that we saw even before the pandemic. But let me know in the comments why you think condo owners are more anxious to sell now more than ever. It could be investors who financially overextended themselves and can't keep up with the rents that have fallen, and short-term rental options that aren't popular right now, given the high risk involved with health concerns. Whatever the reason, the fall real estate market will be interesting if immigration continues to stay low and condo inventory remains high, while prices and sales stay at the same levels or continue to go down. And if these trends continue, we could possibly end up in a buyer's market in the fall, making it one of the best times to potentially save some money on your next home. And to watch and learn about other real estate tips, you can check out the full playlist I put together, which I'll link in the video description below. Alright, so now let's do a quick recap. Prices of freehold single-family homes have been going up, but sales have been balanced over the past few weeks, and new home listings hitting the market have also been consistent. Condo prices and sales both fell slightly last week, but condo listings are still going up, which might make it a condo buyer's market later this year. And these stats are changing every single week, and you can always stay updated by subscribing to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And as always, thank you for tuning in and taking the time to stay informed, and I'll see you guys next time.